Well, welcome everyone to our Tuesday night Create Your Own Freedom Western Australia event. Today is the 8th of August 2017 and my name's Beck, for those of you who don't know me. If you're here for the first time, we'd like to extend a warm welcome to you and thank you for jumping on tonight. You may have been invited by someone who's launching. I know we've got Kerry and Celeste launching tonight, which is really exciting. Thank you for jumping on to support them. They may be thinking that this opportunity might resonate with you or someone that you know. Or they may just be wanting you on here for support. So either way, thank you for taking the time to listen in. My husband and I became involved in Juice Plus about 16 months ago. And in that time, the product and the business has changed our lives. So we all know the world is changing faster than ever. And we're seeing that so much in the workplace. Jobs that used to be really steady jobs are being replaced by automatic machines. You just have to go shopping at Coles or Kmart to see that, where machines are taking the forefront in those businesses. And even if your employee loves you these days, it's no guarantee that your job is secure. So there's a bit of uncertainty out there in the workplace, and certainly in Western Australia with the downturn in mining, a lot of people are experiencing financial crisis in this state, which is really sad. About 16 months ago, as I said, I was introduced to this business opportunity by my friend Belinda. We were 2 years into our trip around Australia in our caravan, and we were actually in Busselton at the time, and I was an absolute wreck. You're being in a caravan with two tiny kids, being woken up 4 or 5 times every night. I was just physically feeling so unhealthy. I was eating chocolate at morning tea time and drinking coffee all day long just to get through my day. I'd packed on heaps of weight and was just feeling really unhealthy. For me, I was passionate too about staying at home with my kids. It took 7 years to get Hannah and then Joshua, and before that we lost 2 kids along the way. So I was extremely passionate about staying at home with my kids. I'm a high school teacher, but I really didn't want to even do relief teaching as we travelled around Australia, because our whole objective was to spend time with our kids. So the business really ticked all of those boxes for me as well, that I got to spend time with my kids and prioritise them. So that was awesome. And I got to share this amazing product and business with people as I travelled. And 16 months later, we've decided to sell the caravan and settle down. So we're actually living in Western Australia now. And this Juice Plus business has enabled me to have the income to be able to set up a home over here in Dunsborough and have income while we're transitioning in this new phase, which is awesome. We're also able to plan family holidays, which we haven't been able to do before, and just spend more time doing the things that we want to do. My husband's a builder and he really is a bit over it, so we're looking forward to him choosing a different occupation that he actually is really passionate about. So tonight we're going to share some stories with you of not only how the products transform people's health, but also how the business is transforming their financial health. So please stick around to hear those stories. I'm really grateful that I stumbled across this opportunity. My health is so different, but also my financial state is completely different as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about what the products are now. So I'd like to hand over to beautiful mum, Rachel, who's also joined our business, and she's going to share with us about our amazing products. Thanks, Rach.
Thanks, Beck. Well, it's awesome to be on tonight. It's so exciting to see this event growing in the Western Australia group. So thanks for having me on tonight to share. My story is that I've been part of the business and using the product for about 15 months now. I'm a registered nurse. I actually am a nurse educator, and I work in the paediatric oncology area. So I knew about the benefits of fruit and veggies for sure before I was introduced to the product, but I was consistently not able to get my 5 to 7 serves in a day, which is the Australian recommended amounts. And I certainly wasn't able to be creative enough to think about how I could get a variety of more than about 3 or 4 different types of veggies into our diet each day. So, before I started on the product, I was really exhausted. I'm a single mum. I work full time. I manage a 11-year-old boy who has quite significant clinical anxiety and school refusal, and mornings have always been a really difficult time for us. I used to just struggle to get out of the door, and then I felt like I'd done a whole day's work before I even got to work. I was really suffering in the afternoons after lunch with big afternoon slumps, and we were just choosing poor foods along the way during our day. We'd stop at the bakery on the way to school if we were running late. I'd be picking at really unhealthy snacks in the afternoon. So it made sense to me to give this product a try. Within 3 days of trying the product, I noticed a huge increase in energy. And Caleb actually said to me one morning, Mum, I'm never going to stop taking these gummies. I have never felt like my body's actually awake when I first get up in the morning. He said, I actually feel like I'm awake. Now we crave fruits and veggies. I don't have that constant struggle with him around eating a variety of fruits and veggies. And we both cope better with stress. We both have more energy, and it just makes sense for us. So basically the capsules I'm going to talk to you about fruits, veggies and berries. They are made up of over 26 different fruits, veggies and berries, and they've been around for over 25 years. So they're tried and tested. In fact, there's over 30 peer-reviewed medical articles about these products and the effects they have on people. That for me was a huge thing, to see that they were actually had been researched and that there was proven clinical effects on different populations of people in all age categories actually. And the studies, when I looked a bit closer at them, were pharmaceutical grade. That means they have to be peer reviewed by other medical authorities before they are published, and they have to meet certain criteria to be able to do that. So the research is very robust. The 2 standouts for me in those research articles were around the increase in immune system that these products have and the decrease in systemic inflammation. And for me, that was a huge thing because systemic inflammation is responsible for lots of chronic illness, and I actually suffer from endometriosis, which is an inflammatory autoimmune disease. And basically, for me, it made sense that if there was a way to increase my fruits and veggies that could improve my health, then why wouldn't I do it? It's not designed to replace eating fruits and veggies, but to basically bridge the gap between what you're able to eat in a day and what your body needs. The other thing that stood out for me was the safety of the product, and basically any age group can have it. Pregnant, breastfeeding women can have it. Children are able to use the product, and the elderly. So it's safe for the whole family. I guess over the course of the time that I've been using the product, lots of people have asked me, well, what's the difference between my multivitamin and Juice Plus? And I guess the main difference is the way it's made. A lot of the vitamins that you buy over the counter are synthetic, and they're made up of fractured nutrients. And what that means is the body can't really recognize them, and their availability to the body then is a bit poor. So what that means, I don't know whether you've ever experienced it, but that fluoro yellow wee that happens half an hour to an hour after you take a multivitamin is really just the body excreting the synthetic nutrients that it can't absorb. It's not recognizing. The difference with Juice Plus is that it's actually, because it's made of whole foods, there's nothing synthetic in it. So our body can actually recognize it, and what they say in the research is that word is bioavailability. It just means that the body can recognize it and it can absorb it, and it does that within a few minutes really it enters the bloodstream within about 20 minutes of taking it. So the products actually are made of fruits, veggies and berries that are organically grown across the world, and they're picked at their prime ripeness. So what that means is that they're fully ripe when they're picked, they've got all their nutrients, and they're pulped. And the whole fruit or veggie is pulped, not just juiced. So the skin, the pulp, everything is used. So you're getting all those nutrients that are in the skin as well in the product. They then take the water and the fibre out, and what they end up with is a dehydrated substance that looks like a powder, and they put that into a capsule. I'll just show you the different capsules. You can see them there. They put them into these capsules. They're actually vegan capsules for those of you who need vegan products, and they basically protect it from oxygen. Oxygen denatures the enzymes, so it protects it from oxygen and makes it easier to eat. The awesome thing about the company is that it is family friendly, and they've got a really big heart for families and for children particularly, and they've actually created children's products, the veggies and the fruit gummies. They look like this. They're like little tubes, and they're squishy, and they're really, really yummy actually, the fruit ones especially. But my son loves them. He's actually he started taking the capsules, but then he's begging me to get him the gummies again. What's awesome about the Children's Health product is that for every adult that's on the product, they can sponsor a child for free between the ages of 4 and 18. So it means that you're getting 2 for the price of 1 really, and those children are benefiting from this being flooded with all these different fruits and veggies that would be a challenge to get onto their plate. The other product that the company has is the Complete Powder. Now this is a protein that's a plant-based protein. It's full of superfoods, amazing things like ancient grain blends, sprouts, peas, broccoli, alfalfa, radish. There's mushroom powder. There's all sorts of things. It comes in a vanilla and a chocolate variety. And, you know, these are just incredible. I use these and my son uses these every day. We have them for breakfast because that's our tricky meal. And so I know that he's going to school with about, you know, heaps and heaps of nutrients in his belly, whereas he was skipping that meal. So it's an awesome meal on the run. It's great for afternoon snacks as well, so you know that you're getting a really good nutritious meal or snack. The other great thing is if you are on the products, you get a lifetime membership to the Juicy Body Transformation Program. This program has been designed to help people to sustain a healthy lifestyle, and there's hundreds and hundreds of recipes in the program that's available to you online. There's an online community as well that gives you support if you're wanting to do things like shreds or detoxes. There's exercise programs and recipe planning and meal plans that you can access if you want to. It's designed to be a no deprivation program, so there are recipes that are treats, which is awesome, and they're all family friendly, so designed to be made within 10 minutes. So pretty awesome, lot of resources there to help you sustain your lifestyle changes. So that's the products and the program in a nutshell. It's my pleasure now to hand over to Celeste, who's going to share her experience of using the product. And congratulations, Celeste, on launching your business tonight. We'll just have to unmute you, love.
There we go. Thanks, Rachel. Hi, everyone. My name's Celeste. Thanks to everyone who's jumped on to support me tonight. My partner and I have a 13-month-old Maisie. She's the light of our life, and the thought of me going back to work is quite frightening to leave her behind. Jamin works away. He's on the FIFO roster, and it's getting harder and harder for him to leave us every time. So I'm hoping that this opportunity will allow him to work close to home so that we can have him home every night with the family. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about the chance to help people, to give them the opportunity that I've been given, and the opportunity to transform lives as well. Since taking the product for only a week, I've already experienced increased energy. I'm sleeping better. I don't have so many problems with my stomach, which I've had problems with for years. And yeah, I'm not getting tired at night time, and I'm able to stay up till 11 o'clock and things like that. So I can't wait to see what the rest of the results are, I guess, moving forward. Yeah, it's exciting times. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Celeste. Thanks so much for sharing that. It's always a bit nerve-wracking when you're launching, but you did really well. I'm excited to see what this will be for you as well, because it's early days yet, for sure. And thanks, Rach, for sharing as well. I love hearing about our awesome products. So we're going to switch gears a little bit now. Often people have questions when they watch an event like this, and I know I had lots of questions before I joined the business. So I'm just going to introduce Yvette now, and she's going to share briefly about a couple of questions that may come up around a business like Juice Plus. Thanks, Yvette.
Hi, cool. Thanks, Beck. Sorry, I had a minor freak out. I couldn't find my trusty whiteboard marker there. So I've been in this business now for about 7 months, and I came across the business via Facebook on a Mummies on a Mission post. When I was looking, I was in a position in my life where it's very similar to Celeste. My Bob was 12 months old, just turned 1, and I really didn't want to go back to work, and I really wanted to be at home with my kids because I'd been working really hard for my eldest son, who was 10. He'd always been in daycare. So it was really important to me to find something that I could do from home. And when I came across this opportunity, the first thing that hit me was I was really skeptical, and I was like, oh my God, is this one of those pyramid schemes? Is this one of those things again? And I was really happy to find out that it's actually not one of those. So to give you a bit of background, the Juice Plus product has been around for more than 25 years now. And the company itself has been around for nearly 45 years. So straight away there for me, being a product that I could trust and a company that I could trust was a big tick. But I think when we look at all different situations in our lives, there's lots of different pyramid models. And pyramid models are great on some platforms as well. So I used to own 3 independent businesses. I used to own Continental Delis. And when I sold those businesses a few years back, I sold to an independent supermarket. And I chose to stay on with them as one of their managers. And I was really hoping at the time that I could climb up their ladder, so to speak, as they grew and maybe become a store manager or maybe move into an operations role. So to give you an idea of how that structure worked, so their pyramid model, sorry, I hope everyone see look like this. So at the top there, we had the owner or the CEO. So it was an independent business, so that position was always going to be taken. Under him, we had the general manager, and the general manager had known the owner of the supermarket for around about 30 years. They'd worked together. So that relationship was quite stable. That was a job that was no one was really going to be able to touch. Under the general manager, we had operations managers. So within the group of 10 stores, each operations manager was responsible for 3 or more stores. And a lot of these guys had come out of management roles in Woolworths or Coles, or again had worked with the owner for more than 10 to 15 years. Under that, we have store managers. So each store had a store manager, and that was a role that was quite appealing to me from a learning point of view. Same deal again, a lot of these guys had worked with the owner for quite some time. Under those, we had department managers, which was little old me there. I became a department manager. Us department managers all had a 2IC, and under here was the rest of the workers. Now, I really worked my butt off to try and get from department manager to see if I could move up. So I put in extra hours, which took away from my kids. I learnt everybody else's departments. I even learnt how to look after the supermarket, which was $1 million per week business. So one day a week, I would actually run that supermarket as well. In the 5 years that I spent with that company, I did not get one promotion, and I got a $1,000 bonus in the whole time. I never got a pay rise either. So at the end of my time there, I kind of stood there and thought, well, you know, what have I achieved here? What have I done? In the whole time there as well, I think the thing that probably upset me the most was as I was trying to learn more, my co-workers got, it was more of a tall poppy syndrome. So my co-workers even got a little little bit upset with all those extra things that I was doing, which kind of sucked really. So the thing that I loved when I came into this business is the structure is completely different. So the structure for our business is more like this. So we got like more of a rectangle kind of shape. So we all start as a virtual franchisee. So everybody comes into this business at the same level. So it doesn't matter if you've been the CEO of a major bank, a doctor, or you've been a checkout chick or a trolley boy. It really doesn't matter. Everybody comes in with an equal opportunity. And from there, we're all looking to climb to the pinnacle position of NMD, which is our National Marketing Director position. Now, you can't get to that position without helping somebody. You can't, while you're going up this ladder here, be squashing other people down or stepping over other people. The only way that you can get to National Marketing Director is by helping other people and teaching other people as you go as well. So for me, that was a really big win for me. I thought that was a fantastic way to do business. My second question when I entered this business, which I think most of us have as well, is, am I going to have to target my friends and family? Am I going to have to, when we're at a barbecue, pull everyone aside, do this little, presentation or spreadsheet scenario and hook in everybody? And the answer to that question was also no. And again, for me, that was great. Our business is simply about sharing. So it's about sharing our, what we know and love about the product, and also responding to those people who approach us. So as Beck was explaining in the beginning, she was traveling around Australia and she got in touch with her friend Belinda via Facebook. So Belinda introduced the business to Beck down here, and Beck then introduced the business to Rachel. Sorry, I hope everyone can see this as I'm going. Over here, Belinda also introduced the business to Rhiannon and to Renelle. Rhiannon then introduced the business to myself. Renelle introduced the business to Sally. I introduced the business to Casey. Meanwhile, over here, Rachel's introducing the business. So as you can see, just from Belinda and Beck having a conversation, the business has organically grown. And this is what we call the popcorn effect. So it's like having a pot of popcorn on the stove. As it heats up, that popcorn begins to pop. And once you remove that from the stove, the heat will naturally continue for the popcorn to go. So that's what I really loved about this business as well, is that I knew over time as I grew my business, if I decided to take a holiday or I want a little bit of time off with my kids, my business was going to continue to grow as long as I was staying in contact with these people and managing my team from there. So that for me was a big win. So that's kind of our business in a nutshell. And I'm going to hand you back to Beck now. Thanks, Beck.
Thanks so much, Yvette. Yeah, I love that it's not about hooking in all our friends and family, but just about sharing with others and helping others, which is awesome. I want to introduce now Carlina. She's going to chat with us about how we get paid, because that's a little bit different to traditional business as well. So over to you, Carlina.
Thanks, Beck. Thanks, everyone, for jumping on tonight. So I get to talk to you about how we get paid, and this is something that I love to talk about, mainly because it's a direct reflection on just how many people we've been able to help. And I also believe that it's hard to be truly healthy if you have financial stress in your life, and that's something that I know all too well. So in saying that, there's 3 ways that we get paid. So the first way we get paid is in retail. And that's the money that you make on your customer sales and your team sales. And the best thing about this business is we just need to connect our customers with Juice Plus, and they do the rest. They handle the payment and they ship the stock, and they ship it directly to the customer. Unlike lots of other businesses, we don't need to hold stock, purchase stock, or run parties or anything like that. And there's no large startup fee, and there's no monthly minimums, which is really good. We're basically in the business of recommending. So we just recommend Juice Plus to our friends, just like if you were to see a great movie or go to a nice restaurant, you go and tell your friends about it. And really that's all we do. And head office does the rest. Once I got started, I realized that we can actually grow our business in 27 countries around the world, and we can ship the product to a lot more than that. So it's a global business. The next way that we get paid is commission. This is what we call the residual income. I don't know if you can see that. This is the residual income, and this, as your team grows and as their customer base grows, that's when you start to build momentum, and that's when you start to earn the good money. And we call this the beach money, because you can literally be sitting on a beach somewhere sipping cocktails and there's still money landing in your bank account. That's really cool. And the third way that we get paid is bonuses. Now, I don't know about you, I love bonuses. I'm going to now pass you to the wonderful Kerry, who is launching her business tonight, and we're so excited to have you on tonight, Kerry. Welcome.
Thanks, Carlina. Hi, everybody. How you going? So basically the problem that led me to Juice Plus and the business was financial. I'd lost my job, I had to get a new job, and I wasn't earning the same amount of money. So whilst I love the job that I've got, I needed something more. Money was tight and my life was just spiraling. So after a while, I was following a really, really good friend of mine who just seemed to be blossoming. Her life was just on track. She was so happy, and I was like the Herbal Essence ad. I want what she's having. So I reached out to her, and, you know, it's just been amazing since then. We've renewed an awesome friendship, and I can't thank enough Juice Plus and the business for getting me back to her and connecting me with so many amazing people. So on top of that, I obviously have to be a product of the product, which the product wasn't the first thing that drew me to the business. It was definitely the business side. So money was my game. And so I started taking the product, and the results were amazing. My skin cleared up. I was sleeping better. I had truckloads more energy. And yeah, it's just been ongoing since then. So for the future, I'm hoping that the business just develops and I can share with it and change so many people's lives, because for me, it's changed mine immensely. In terms of growth and independence, I have gone second to none with that. Personal development is just a bonus to come along with this. And I've done heaps of personal development, but this really gives me so much great strength. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got, is that it's an amazing product, an amazing business, and it connects you with so many awesome, lovely ladies. So thank you guys for being here.
Thanks so much, Kerry, for sharing. I love how we've all got such different stories, but this business and this product has done so much for all of us. So I'd like to introduce Vanessa now. She's going to share with us a little bit about how the product and the business are really changing her life as well. Thanks, Vanessa. Are you there, Vanessa?
Yeah.
Hello.
Find the mute.
No worries.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Very happy to be here tonight. I am mom of two. My oldest is Susanna. She's 8 years old, and I have a little boy, 15 months, Nicholas. I came to JP through an online ad, as some of you guys from Mommy's on a Mission, when it was very important for me to find something. I've been working most of my adult life in traditional businesses, full-time, and it was in a very fast-paced environment where I feel so stressed, tired, and in a very bad mood all the time. Well, I realized through working so hard so many years, I missed most of my daughter's childhood. And I just realized I was repeating the same mistake with my little boy, which I was not happy to do. So unfortunately, my position didn't fit in a part-time hours. So I had to resign to my position, just looking to stay and to have more time with my family and my kids. Unfortunately, at the same time as my husband lost his job. And well, it was a pretty difficult situation. We found ourselves with no jobs and no money and very big financial stress. And JP comes to me when I was looking for a way to earn money from home, stay with my kids, but also provide help in my home with money. So basically, I've been in JP with Just Plus for about a month and a half. And well, this is changing my life in many, many ways, and not only financial, but my health and my family's health. And I can stay home, which is what I was looking for, and I can spend time with my kids, which I am so proud and happy. And I just can't wait to share this with everyone, all my friends, all my family, everyone in the street. I just want to share it. This is awesome. And as Kerry said just before, all the ladies in here are awesome, so helpful, so supportive. And yeah, this is an awesome company, and the product is just wonderful. So just can't wait to share it with everyone. And that's my story. Thank you, Beck.
Thanks so much, Vanessa. It's so awesome to hear all the amazing stories. I just want to thank you all for coming on tonight, and for those of you who launched, Celeste and Kerry, thank you for your courage. It's sometimes a bit daunting when we first start sharing our story, but people need to hear what amazing results you're getting. So it's very exciting. If you are listening and you had any questions, I urge you to get those questions answered. And the best way to do that is just to reach out to the people that invited you to watch this event tonight, or if you're watching the recording, just reach out to them and ask the questions. Get all your questions answered. Don't let this pass by because you don't want to ask questions. This could be exactly what you're looking for. So thank you again for coming on tonight. We really appreciate you. I know time is precious, so we really appreciate you spending your time here with us. Thank you again to everyone that made this such an amazing night. Thank you all for sharing. And yeah, have a great night wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.